Hi guys, I'm Nate from Good Mayhem Racing. This is our 4runner that we want to race in the Baja 1000 or maybe the Baja 500 first. We're going to see. That's turning out to be more monetarily responsible. But my mom has a thermal camera and I got to borrow it for this weekend. So I want to show you what this truck looks like in thermal after highway driving in that 70 mile plus an hour range. So enjoy. I'll be providing commentary in the meantime. That'll provide a little extra context to what you see in the image. I'm going to have it parked at a parking lot while we're doing this. Okay, so this is the passenger side of the truck right now. You are seeing the headers after driving on the highway for a while, and you can see the heat radiating into the cabin above the exhaust manifold. We're going to zoom up into that here in a quick moment. Look at the transmission tunnel area. You're going to see that's relatively hot. It's around 120 degrees, and the fire safety mat and beneath the passenger is also around 100 degrees. The electronics above it are relatively cool, but the ones that are moving and whirring, they're also getting warm too. This is the view of the belly pan over the exhaust system. This is the exhaust pipe that's routed over the frame. It's usually underneath the frame, but we rerouted it so it could clear the fuel cell, and you can see the fuel cell is ice cold in comparison to the exhaust system. The exhaust is several inches away, but we still wanted to make sure that that wouldn't radiate much heat. You can see that some of the heat of the exhaust is radiating into that rear roll cage mount right above the exhaust, or right behind it by about 6 inches. And there's the spring in sharp contrast to the hot exhaust. This is cool. You can see the heat of the exhaust reflecting off the aluminum, but since the aluminum is reflective, it's very hard to actually read a temperature. It was cold to the touch though, which means it was probably around 80 degrees. That's a solid warm and fuzzy verification that we kept those two separated from each other. This is the other side, and you can see it's substantially colder though than the exhaust side. We're going to close these doors, and now onto the driver's side. Taking a step back, let's do a walk around of the 4runner. This is the driver's side. There's a lot less heat on this side because the exhaust is on the right side of the truck, not the left. So let's do a slow walk around and you'll be able to see that whole profile. Engine bay area is really hot, but the quarter panel windows and the windshield are cold. They're actually more reflective than they are radiative, so you're not going to see much going on there. You can see the transmission cooler is relatively cold compared to the engine cooler behind it. The headlights are also on. The skid plate is hot, but not nearly as hot as the headers that you can see here now. That whole sheet metal frame interface in the front lives hot because of the way body on frames are designed. That's something that's just always going to stay hot. That exhaust manifold goes all the way to the back, and you can actually see that the heat radiating or reflecting off the ground is biased to the right side of the truck too. That's thanks to how the exhaust system is routed. Roll cage is relatively cold except for that C panel rear right where it's close to the exhaust. You can see that's a little warmer. Rear quarter panel again is cold, but you can look through the gaps in the frame and the axle area to the exhaust on the other side. It's cool to be able to see that through here, and thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys out in the desert, if not my garage, and I hope this was cool and informative. Maybe you can do it with your truck. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any opinions or ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below.